You are watching kids wanna know. We're sincere. You are watching kids wanna know. We're sincere.
One more time.
You are watching kids wanna know. We're sincere.
Welcome to Kids Wanna Know, the show where kids rule. I'm the mega magnificent Caterpillar. Give a round of applause to our host, Sincere.
Hey, I'm Sincere from Kids Wanna Know, the show with kids rule. And right now we have a special guest on here today, basketball player, professional basketball player, rapper, organization runner. She does it all. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give a huge round of applause for Miss
NIKI Avery. Hi, guys.
Give her a round of applause. Oh, Nikki, it's great to see you again.
Good to see you too, Sincere.
So, let's jump straight into the end. First of all, how have you been?
I've been good. It's my second year home since playing overseas for 12 years. So I'm glad to be back, and I'm getting my next career started now that I'm home. So it's been nice, a little challenging, but good.
That's good. So since you you started a new career, what's your new career?
So I'm going into the education field, building programs for after schools for basketball children, using basketball as a tool to help the children grow and giving them an outlet to different platforms and different capabilities. And I also want to be a teacher as well.
That's
in the classroom, let's say elementary level, middle school level, so that I can teach them everything that I've been learning all these years.
That's fire. What exactly? So speaking about what have you learned, tell us a little bit about your story, like where you're from, what led you to be a basketball player, how did you get into the rapping industry? So tell us a little. Go into good detail about
All right. Well, I'm born and raised in New York City, from East Harlem. So shout out to East Harlem. El Barrio. My mom is full Greek, so she came to America when she was 30. So she's like straight Greek, foreign. And she met my dad. My dad is a musician. He's also awesome jazz musician, rock and roll, the bass, the drums, the guitar, really good. Unfortunately, he wasn't around growing up. He had issues, and so my mom raised us on her own. And I took a liking to sports, just being outside in the park and everything. And my mom always kept us close to my dad, knowing that we had music involved in us, So I would always listen to music all the time and rap along with all the lyrics, especially in the 90s. This is like Biggie, Mace, Kim, Jay-Z. This is what it was at the height, and to me, at least music, as far as I know it, I love that era so much. And I took a liking to music way back then. Little Kim, Foxy Brown, those are some of my favorites, Queen Latifah. Basketball is really what took me over the edge. Once I started playing and I noticed how good I was, the boys were picking me up first, to playing games. It's like, I got Nikki, So then from there, it grew to it being my way out. I saw it as a way to get me and my family out of the projects. That was my dream. I had no clue at that time that women's basketball wasn't making enough money to actually do that. But it's still something that I passionately pursued, and I made it, in my eyes, and that's all that matters, is that I made it. My family, everybody's proud of me. I went to high school, won a championship for Murray Bertram my freshman year of high school. Then I transferred a few places. I ended up at Kennedy in the Bronx, won the Bronx championship there, and was the Bronx Player of the Year. And after high school, I went on to college. I started first at UTEP, and then I finished at Eastern Kentucky. So I also won a championship in between there as well. And then after college, I went overseas for 12 years, and I played in like 8 different countries, and I won 3 championships there.
That's amazing. I'm proud of you. I have
Thank
to
you.
shake your hand.
I appreciate that.
That's actually mad cool. Speaking about being overseas, like what were your favorite countries to play in?
I'd say Cyprus was my favorite. Yeah, I was really close to the girls. We had a good relationship, and the island is beautiful. So Cyprus is its own country, and it actually has Greek people. Greek people live there. It's like Greek and half Turkish. So I was living on the Greek side, and so that was cool because it's close to my like background and everything. And so I enjoyed it. You know, we won championships there. 3 years I was there. We won three years in a row. I was the player of the league 3 years in a row.
That's fine.
It's because the third year was COVID. So we don't know what would have happened, but I believe that, you know, we were going to take it. We already won the first 2 cups. I played like 5-6 seasons in Greece. And so the fact that it was close to my mom's home country, I kind of got involved with the culture and trying to speak the language and just understanding where I come from, you know. So I enjoyed being there and seeing the Acropolis and seeing all of the different historic areas and pedestals. It was nice.
Three, well, 2.5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3.
Yeah, I say 3.
I'm gonna give you your respect, but 3 years is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to, because if you guys don't know, before this I was talking a little trash to her, saying I'm gonna give her like 50, because you know I give everyone 50, but I'm gonna take it back. I'll give her 30.
Good, that's smart.
Like,
oh, 30. Oh, please.
See, she agreed.
Listen, even though you're a boy, you know, and honestly, men are like supposedly more capable than us, you know, just naturally. I'm way smarter. I'm way more.
Nah, it's not that. I don't think it's because I'm a boy.
I'm
I'm
on another level. I would know how to beat you, even if you're physically stronger than me.
Listen, I think, if you want to be honest, to me in basketball, gender doesn't matter. Because I grew up, I know plenty of girls that I've personally picked up first. So gender doesn't mean nothing to me at all. So like, that's just one thing I want to clarify. I just know, feel me? Because I just know how to. You may. I don't know. We have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. We might have to make this an episode because
a whole segment.
It's gonna have to be a segment of its own. It's gonna be one-on-one. Kids want to know who's gonna win.
Kids want to know versus. Oh, your nicknames too. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I had a nickname, Nikki Cookies, when I was really young. I was probably like 12 or 13.
You got mad steals?
I got steals. I was hungry. I used to love playing defense. I used to be
That's my thing.
I've always been a shooter. That was my thing because I played with the boys at Union Settlement Wildcats. This is when I was like 11, 12, that age, before I really went AAU with the girls. And I would play with the boys. I would just stand in the corner and shoot, you know, wherever they do their drives, do whatever they're doing, and I would just spot up. I knew how to run around screens, so I became a really good shooter. I had to shoot over the boys, you know. So that was my forte already. But then defense, I was like getting steals. They called me Little Bit, but they called me Cookies. So it was like Cooks, Nikki Cookies. It was nice, it was smooth. Then after that, like as I got older, you know, they called me different things, World Premiere, Uptown Challenge.
That's
they
fire.
call me WCW.
What about Black Grease? Because of
the Black Greek, yeah.
the Black Greek,
sometimes they call me the Black Greek. Not really when I'm playing basketball, but like maybe when I was doing music a little bit,
That's
they were
fire.
like, you know, oh, I'm the Black Greek. When I was in Greece, because I went to a couple of studios and tried to get things working out there with music, and so, you know, they were like, it's the Black Greek, you know.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about music, because, you know, we talking about basketball, you know.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to give her 30. Nah, let me stop. I was joking. Let's really talk about how did you really get into music? Like, was it also because since you hung around the boys, like, and you see maybe you seen people rap on the street?
Yeah.
Like, did that really get you like going like, hey, maybe I could just try it?
Yeah,
like,
I say everything that I've become, you know, besides of course my family inheriting, you know, all of our gifts, is like a product of my environment. You know, everything, basketball, the parks, everything was right there. You know, the culture, it provided that for me. You know, the music, this was around me at all times, you know, like it's been around you. So naturally, like, I've always had a drive to want to become something. It's always been part of who I am, my nature. So I picked up the things that I was around, you know, and that was music and basketball. And so I would write down lyrics, I would just repeat them, I memorized them, and I just took a liking to music. I mean, I love to dance, I have a feel for it. And as I got older and I got to meet my dad, like when I turned about 23, 24, I really met my dad. And now I know him. I understand now, you know, that it's in me already, you know, because it's from my pops. Even though he didn't raise me, it's still in me.
Yeah,
so
it just automatically came.
It's automatic.
And you're from East Harlem, so I know that's like a big
Spanish. It's really Spanish, yeah. So I love the Spanish culture. I'm really heavily tied to the Spanish culture. I love it, the Spanish music, everything like that. And on the East Side, we got everything there. So
yeah, definitely.
What happened was when I went overseas, right? I was alone a lot, like, naturally. I don't have anything to do after practice. I'm not going to meet friends or anything. It's like I'm in a foreign country, Yeah. So I would go home and I would just start writing. I started writing, started creating like riddles and things. And I just started to say, okay, I'm gonna start recording these things. And I started going to studios, looking for beats, getting things done in other countries. And that's how I really started getting songs written and recorded. And even when I came back home after the season was over, I came back home to record, and so that's how I pursued the music a little bit.
So did you have when it came to rapping, did you have a natural talent for it, or was it more something you had to work on? It's like I tried it before, but it wasn't perfect, or it wasn't just like how it sounded or how this person sound. So did you have to work on it, or was it really just came to you naturally?
I mean, I think you have to work on every craft you have. You have to perfect it. But I had the natural energy and the vibe. That was natural for me. I didn't have to I wasn't shy or anything like that. Now the actual writing, I had to, I got better over the years. Just how to put the riddles together, all of the bars, how to put them together, or when to say something, or how to catch the beat, those type of things. But with music, everybody, if you just be yourself, it's kind of like you can create your own sound, so there's really no right or wrong. I feel when it comes to music, it's no right or wrong. So
we'll be back with more interviews with Nikki Avery. Thank you.
I bet you don't know your ABCs. Girl, please, I know my ABCs. Let me hear your ABCs then. Ready? What? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I know my ABCs. You know your ABCs. I know my ABCs. You know your ABCs. What about your 1, 2, 3s? I know my 1, 2, 3s. Let me hear your 1, 2, 3s. I know my 1, 2, 3s. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how many fingers on my hands. 10. That's how many fingers on my hands. 10. That's how many fingers in my hands. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how many fingers on my hands. 10. That's how many fingers on my hands. 10. That's how many fingers on my hands. I told you. You know your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s. Here we go. That's right. I know my ABCs and my 1, 2, 3s. It's me. Let's go.
Nikki Avery. Besides yourself, who's your favorite artist?
Jay-Z is my favorite. I mean, there's no contest.
Okay.
Jay-Z's my favorite, but I respect a whole bunch of artists, of course. Like when it comes to the female side, Nicki, Cardi. I mean, even Koi, like all of the newer artists now, Lotto. I love a lot of artists, but of course I respect to Lil' Kim, Foxy. These are like my people, that I was listening to. When I was listening to growing up,
What about basketball players? Who's your favorite, women or men?
Well, I really enjoy watching Steph, and that I take a liking to Steph because he's kind of like me, like undersized and a shooter. So his game is something that I can relate to. So I commend that. I think that is dope. That even though he's undersized, he wasn't a superstar player, But his work ethic and him knowing that what he does that well. Look where he's at now. He's considered one of the best shooters in history, NBA history.
Even considered one of the greatest point guards of all time.
Exactly. Yeah. So him, Kyrie, John Morant, like these are the I like pay attention to guards, of course. Not knocking LeBron. I love LeBron too. I love basketball. So, but I like watch the guards because that's my position, and I learn from them the most.
Yeah, Steph.
Jalen Brunson, how about him?
He's tough. Steph is my favorite player. Like I'm gonna be real. A lot of my friends, at heart, I'm a Knicks fan, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Right? Even before JB, when we were terrible and we can barely win 40 games. We could barely win 35. Steph has always been a player I've always liked to watch because he's so exciting. And I can't say I fully relate to him because I'm gonna be real. You can add one of my friends. I couldn't for like I'm gonna say like 3 years ago I couldn't even touch the rim. I was in high school. I couldn't touch the rim when I shot the ball.
Right.
I could do everything else but shoot the ball. So it was just straight. But you know, watching him play more and having my friends of course teach me, it's just more exciting because then I had to learn how to because I'm smaller. But I was always faster than a lot of people.
Right.
So once I learned how to come off a screen and do like back doors, off ball cuts and stuff, it was just mad fun because like what I really like to do is run and jump around.
Right.
So what Steph is really besides the jumping part, he's just running around.
That's what he does. That's what LeBron was saying that the other day, that he's one of the hardest people to guard because if you turn your head for a second, the guy is running around another screen and another screen.
And then he's down the block.
He's already in his spot, and all he needs is a second, and that's what makes him so powerful and clutch.
Yeah.
Just to tell you a funny story though about the Knicks, right? So one day this is when Melo was playing for the Knicks, and the arena was packed. This is during that little era. Remember, they went on a run. They had like Gallinari or whoever it was.
And Lynn Sandy run.
Yeah,
around that time.
Around that time, around that time. Lynn Sandy a little bit, but anyhow, I was at the game. They called me to come down to the court to do a contest. So this is at a timeout. It's not halftime. It's not like people are like going to the concession. Everybody's in their seats. It's a timeout. And it's called the Add a Zero contest, right? So basically, I have to make a layup, that's $10. I have to shoot a free throw. If I make it, you add a zero. That's $100.
And
I go to the three, it's $1,000. Half court is $10,000. Of course, if you miss, that's it. Wherever you missed, you only make the money that you made. So I go, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous because all these people are watching. I'm like, I'm a real baller, but it's crazy. So I get the ball, I make my layup. I'm like, okay, good. I go to the free throw line, I make the free throw. So mind you, I'm wearing like spandex. I'm not like in basketball clothes. So the crowd is like, whoa, they're starting to get excited. I go to the 3-point line, I make the three. Listen, I go like that. I'm like this, like LeBron, waving everybody standing up. Spike Lee's running back and forth on the sideline. I mean, it was crazy. The whole garden was at their feet. And I go to half court and I shot an air ball. But it was cool. But it was I know it kind of like I was too excited. I got too excited. That's why. But I won like $1,100.
That's still tough.
And it was about the experience. The experience was amazing. I mean, the whole gym was cheering for me.
Yeah,
like they were on their feet. Both benches weren't even listening to the timeout. Yeah, they were straight up watching. I was like,
do you remember what team they were playing?
The Wizards.
The Wizards?
Yeah.
So it was like with John Wall. And
it was John
rookie
Wall.
Bradley Beal. Was it before?
I don't know if Bradley Beal was there. I don't think Bradley Beal was there, but John Wall was there.
Was it with the blue Wizards jerseys?
The blue.
It was the blue. So that was like, I'm going to say like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, it was a while. It was whenever, it was Melo. When Melo was there and we was on a run.
Yeah.
The whole stadium was packed. It was a full, sold out arena.
That's fire.
Get up on your feet. I got the ball to get up and I shot the air.
A dream come true.
It was so crazy.
Yo, the air ball was probably mad. I know the whole crowd was like,
oh. It was like that. It was like that.
Yeah, that's
and then they told
funny.
me after, like, Spike Lee was running around. I don't remember seeing him for myself because I was in it, but it was a nice experience.
Yeah. I actually speaking of the Knicks, I seen a funny video online. It was Spike. The camera was panning. Yeah. It was like the end of the game. The Knicks were killing them.
Yeah.
The ref fell. And Tim Hardaway Jr. said, like,
safe.
Safe. Yeah. The guy airballed, and you got Spike Lee doing the T-pose. I'm like, what are you? It was just a whole bunch of
compilation of like different
in one sitting, it was just too much going. Like, why is Spike Lee doing the T-pose? Yeah. Why is Tim Hardaway not playing defense, yelling safe? And why did you airball open three? I just think that's crazy. As an NBA player, you shouldn't airball open three, especially not the corner.
Yeah,
corner's mad easy, and he missed bad. It was wide right. Yo. That's mad funny.
That's funny.
So, since let's get into a little bit about your new career.
Yeah.
Where do you do you teach anywhere?
Yes, I'm a paraprofessional now. So that's where I have like one student one-on-one in the classroom. So it's different from a teacher, obviously. Like I'm not in front of the class. I kind of like help the teacher and my one student. So I like that as well, because, you know, I really get to help the student with his behavior or whatever it is that he needs, you know, or she needs. But I really would like to help more students at a time, you know, so it's better, like, that's why I want to go into the teaching route. And I have a really good relationship with the kids. Like, they love me. They have, you know, they feel my energy, they feel my spirit. And so I want to use that to help them, you know. Like, naturally, I've been so many places, I've been learning so many things, and it's like, I really want to give it back to somebody, you know. And the youth is where it's at, you know. That's what's going to help us as people be better as people, you know. I'm all about humanity, moving forward and evolving, because I believe that that's what our purpose is here. That's what we're here to do. It's like evolve, you know, learn how to get along with each other's differences, how to respect each other's differences, and love each other regardless, you know. So, and in doing so, you know, it's good to see different things, or at least to put things into different perspective, you know, for everybody. And for me too, that I learn, you know, different perspectives as well, you know. So I enjoy the teaching, because the kids teach me a lot. You know, like, they're so funny, you know what I mean? They're like all special, you know, like, they say things, you have to listen to them, you know, you have to listen to what they're saying. So like, yeah,
you definitely seem like one of those teachers, like, where like everyone's like, oh yeah, you have to be with this, you have to be with Miss Nini, you gotta be, or like I don't know if you ever take them on trips and stuff, like,
sure.
You're like, oh yeah, nah, I'm going with Miss Nini group.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they start fighting because there be one more spot. They be like, nah, let me go. Like,
no, I love them so much. Like,
that's great.
I like, sometimes, like, they get in trouble, you know, in the hallways, you know, because all the teachers try to teach the kids to walk in the hall properly, you know, without making noise. Everybody's getting to their destinations and transitioning, and, you know, without making too much distraction to the other classes or anybody in the hallway. But it's like, when I'm walking in the hallway and the class is there, they're like, Miss Nikki, you know, and they like kind of like lose all of their rules. And the teachers are, so, you know, the teachers are not like really mad, but, you know, they're just like, all right, Miss Nikki, please leave, like, get out of the hallway.
So what do you teach, like middle school, elementary school?
Well, I'm in elementary school right now, so I'm obviously more capable to teach that level of schooling, because it's like adding, subtracting, reading. It's things that I feel comfortable with, you know, versus, okay, middle school, I would feel comfortable as well if I like do math, specifically just math. Because I really loved math growing up, and I paid attention to math. But even so, even middle school math, I would have to go over my notes and really learn it all again, you know. So I feel most comfortable with elementary teaching if I was to teach myself, you know. I wouldn't go to high school. I think high school is like a whole nother level of education that I would need to really buckle down and like relearn everything. I mean, history, English, everything.
They're like reteaching. I think with history now, they're like reteaching it, because the way how they used to teach, like my dad's age, was totally different.
Right.
And history's my favorite subject. Yeah. So like, I knew it, but I'm telling my dad, and he's like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, no, this was this. I'm like,
right.
No, this was this.
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, oh yeah, because I read up on, and I'm like, oh, okay, so because a lot of history compared to how they told us then compared to now, is different in high school. And I was just like.
And the perspectives change, the narratives change, you know. It's like, it might be the same, all right, that historic moment happened, but now how do we see it? How do we perceive it? How do we grow from it? How do we learn from it, you know, versus just learning it and leaving it there, or just speaking of it, you know. You could add on top of that and make it a positive thing, or make it, you know what I'm saying, grow from it and see how to win, you know. From all history, you know, whatever mistakes and whatever has happened.
I think history is just a perspective thing. Right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like what's true is true, but if you don't have like concrete evidence, sometimes it's just like, what's your perspective on it?
Yeah, sure.
Because that's why they tell you when you read, like, let's say, you know, you ever heard about like the purchase of New York? Or like Manhattan, how Manhattan was bought for like, I think $24.
By the Dutch.
Yeah, by the Dutch, by $24 worth of beads, quote unquote.
Okay.
You know, technically we don't have proof that ever happened.
Right.
Because there's no deed.
It's just hearsay, yeah.
Right, and then the Lenape, they they had their own way. They like said this is like land, so we don't own land.
Sure.
It's nature's land. We live on it, but we don't own it. So I feel like it's like if you didn't read, let's say you read it from like the Dutch point of view, it's like okay, yeah, we bought it.
Yeah.
But then if you read it from just the Lenapes, it's like they owned it. They didn't own it, but they just lived there. So technically, you just automatically said you owned it.
Yeah, they kind of like just let them share and then just kind of slowly took over.
If you see, if you see both sides, that's why a lot of historians, that's what they have to. They have to see both sides.
You gotta see both sides.
Yeah, which ties back to high school, because high school is more of a one-sided thing. Like when they teach American history, it's more you're just saying the American side. But then when you learn the British side, it's like, okay, we did this for a reason.
Yeah.
This is why we did this.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think everything needs to have its reason. You have to understand the reason, you know? Because I think that a lot of things happen out of need or out of having to make a decision, you know? Like even hairstyles or things. Some things happen just because it was needed to be put in that hairstyle, you know? Like sometimes when I need an outfit, like I might create something just because I don't have anything at that time, and now I created something new, and now it's a trend, you know? And it's not definitely, it relates, but it's a whole nother topic, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was great having you on here though. This was a great conversation. I'm be real. Like this is I'm be honest, this is really one of my favorite interviews that I've had. It's real simple, you know, get to know each other.
Yep, bowling for peace with Haran, for sure.
H2O.
H2O, Haran Shows, good friend of mine, another shooter, so
he had 0. That's what killed me.
And he had the game.
Cause I had food poisoning. I remember you got hurt.
Yeah, I got hurt.
So if you guys don't know, Miss Nikki here had scored.
Well, let me tell you, I scored.
She scored. Okay,
I started the game.
Basket.
I scored the first basket. Literally, I tried to sprint down, and I think I was just going too hard. And this has never happened to me. And I like caught like some type of like cramp, like a quad cramp. I was out for the rest of the game. I like had to watch the game from the side. Tried to get back in. I could not get back in.
It's true. I was there. I witnessed it. It was true.
So then what happened?
Oh yeah, so she scored, and then next thing you know, she came. I'm like, yo, but why y'all taking her out? Like she just came in, and she, I'm hurt. I'm like, oh, she was on my team. And then, but I played with food poisoning. Well, a lot of people don't know. They're like, oh, Sincere, I thought you was gonna say. I'm like, bro, I had food poisoning. I was sick. Yeah, I was just sick, and then every time I run, I'm like, And then you had Champ, right?
Yeah,
Champ made it way worse, and I love Champ. I love Champ to death. And he made it way worse. He just came up to me and he hit me. I said, yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna sit down.
And Champ is a big guy. That's a big one.
Champ walk like this.
Facts.
Yo, all love to you, Champ.
All facts, all love, Champ.
But yeah, it was great having you on here.
Thanks.
I can't wait to see you again soon. Make sure you guys go follow her. Where can we see you at?
You can follow my Instagram page at @Nini__Venus. So it's at @NINI__Venus, VENUS, which is my middle name, and it's for the goddess of love and beauty.
That's fire. That's really fire. You guys heard it here. I'm Sincere from Kids Want to Know, and I'm here with Nikki Avery, and we're out. Peace. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, I'm Sincere from Kids Want to Know, the show Kids Rule. And we'll be at Again?
Yeah, and a little bit more energy. We'll take it.
And we'll be at What?
It's the 10 crack command.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre's at the door.
And say, I'm going to be back with Nikki Van.
Want me to do that? Oh, which camera? Which camera? This one?
Soft-spoken.
What do you mean I'm so spoken?
Right now.
Boy, you know, super fat.
I ain't lying. Yay! That was
great.
good, right? Okay,
That
good.
was great.
You are watching Kids Want to Know. With Sincere. You are watching Kids Want to Know. With Sincere. You are watching Kids